Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to create a project section layout using HTML and CSS. This is what we're going to be creating. As you can see, I have a title, projects, a nice background with some circles, and here are the 8 projects, and I implemented a hover effect. If I go over them, as you can see, we have this orange background overlay and the button, and ideally when you would click one of these buttons you would go to the actual page of your project. Before we start, if you are new here, you should know that on this channel I post web design and web development tutorials that will help you improve your skills and that will allow you to earn more money and live a better life. If you are interested in that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and also make sure to hit the bell notification icon and then select all so that you won't miss any of the new videos that I upload. With that being said, let's get started. I have an empty folder here on my desktop, and I opened it with my text editor, which in my case is Visual Studio Code. By the way, I'm going to be providing a link in the description where you can get the images I'm using, so go ahead and grab those and code along with me. I'm going to create an index.html file, style.css, and a folder called images. And inside here I'm gonna grab all of these and place it in the folder, and I'm gonna open this in the browser. Okay, now let's go to the index.html, give it a basic structure. Okay, change the title to projects section, and let's link our style.css. So link style.css, and let's start with the markup. So I'm gonna begin by creating a section, give it an ID of projects. Inside here, first I'm gonna place those circles. I'm gonna say give it a div with a class of circle and circle dash. Copy this 3 more times. Circle 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I'm gonna create a class of container, a div with a class of container. Inside here I'm gonna create an h2 element, and I'm gonna say projects, and get out of this div, and I'm gonna create another div called projects dash container, and inside here another div with a class of first row, and inside the first row another div with a class of project image, and inside project image I'm gonna place an image. I'm gonna say images project 1 alt project 1 image, and below here I'm gonna place a link element, so a, give it a class of btn, and I'm gonna say go to project. And now I'm gonna copy this div with a class of project image 3 more times, 1, 2, 3, and change this to 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Now copy this whole first row, give it a class of second row, and change the numbers 5, 5, 6, 6, sorry, 7, 7, and 8, 8. And that should do it for the structure. Let's check it out. Okay, this is it. It looks good for now, but we need to style it nicely. So go to style.css. First of all, I'm gonna go to fonts.google.com, search for railway, and I'm gonna choose the regular and the bold one. Embed, import, copy this, and paste it right here. Okay, now I'm gonna give it some general styling, so select everything using the asterisk, margin 0, padding 0, box sizing border box. For the HTML, I'm gonna say font size 10 pixels. Select the body, give it a font family of Railway and sans serif, and overflow hidden. Okay, good. Now let's create a container class. So container, max width 1100 pixels, margin 0, auto, and padding 0, 3 rem. And okay, that should do it for now. And now I'm gonna put a comment and say section projects, and select the projects H2. I'm gonna say color FF9E44, font size 3.6 rem, font weight 400, text align center, give it a padding top of 6 rem. Okay, good. Now I'm gonna need to create that line underneath. I'm gonna use the after pseudo selector, so projects H2 colon after, and I'm gonna say content, leave it empty, display block, margin 0, auto, margin top 1.5 rem, give it a width of 50 pixels. I'm gonna give it a background of that orange color, so FF9E44, and a height of 3 pixels. Okay, now we got that out of the way, we can focus on our actual projects. So I'm gonna say projects container. I'm gonna give it a display of flex, give it a flex direction of column, overflow X, set it to hidden, give it a justify content center, align items center, a margin top of 6 rem, and the background of that orange color. Okay, good. Now let's select both rows, I mean each of the rows. So projects container dot first row, comma, copy this, change this to second row, and give it a display of flex. Okay, good. Now I'm gonna copy this and select, so first row, project image, and the same for the second row, project image. I'm gonna give it a position of relative, and transition opacity 0.5 seconds. Sorry about this, 0.5 seconds. Okay, now I'm gonna copy this this thing right here, this block of text, paste it. I'm gonna say column hover, and hover, and I'm gonna say opacity 0.7. Okay, good. As you can see, we have this orange overlay. Now let's move on. We need to take care of the buttons, so copy this, and I'm gonna say .btn, display inline block, border 2 pixels solid FFF, padding 1 rem 2 rem, text decoration none, color FFF, border radius 10 pixels, font size 2 rem, position set it to absolute, top 50%, left 50%, transform translate -50%, -50%, opacity 0, transition opacity 0.5 seconds. Okay, good. Now we need to copy this, paste it down below, and say project image hover, and the same right here, and say opacity 1. As you can see, now we have this this effect. So we're pretty much done. Now we need to add those circles in the corners. You remember in the index.html I added these divs right here. So let's work on that. Dot circle. I'm gonna say width 300 pixels, height 300 pixels, background the orange color, position absolute, and border radius 50% to make it a circle. Okay, good. Now I'm gonna say dot circle -1, top -150 pixels, and left -150 pixels. Okay, copy this 3 more times. Change this to circle 2, change this circle 3, and circle 4. The circle 2, so I'm gonna say for the circle 2 top, leave it like that, but I'm gonna change this to right, -150 pixels. For the third one, bottom and left, and for the fourth one, bottom and right. So that should do it. As you can see, we create the effect I showed you in the beginning. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.